Probably noticed by now that your favorite Rocksmith 2014 is back on the Steam store. So about a year and a half, it's been away, but now it's brought back. And since it's been put back on the store, I've been getting so many questions on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, my Facebook page, Discord, I've been getting DMs, YouTube comments. So I thought what I would do is all the common questions I've been getting, kind of condense them into like an FAQ style, and we'll go over them in this video. So I'll do some chapters here for the questions. At the end, I'm going to go through a couple of fixes for some problems that people are having, like common tech issues. So before we kind of get into the questions, I just want to discuss here a little bit about Rocksmith 2014 coming back to Steam. Does this mean that Rocksmith Plus is over and dying? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I do think Ubisoft firing the whole Ubisoft San Francisco team, the team that did work on Rocksmith Plus, is a worse sign, obviously, for Rocksmith Plus. But I think them bringing 2014 back to the Steam store, I think it's mostly just a money play. Not that it's not a good thing. You know, obviously more people playing 2014 is good. But if you think about it, there's still over 1,000 DLC for Rocksmith 2014 on the Steam store, and if people can't buy Rocksmith 2014 base game, then that's like 1,000 DLC that people can't buy. So obviously I think they're hoping that people buy 2014 and then, you know, they go to the Steam store and buy the Amon Amarth pack, the Opeth pack, you know, speaking from a metalhead perspective, the Trivium packs, etc., Sabaton, and all the other ones. I think this also has the nice side effect, though, that we can download Rocksmith 2014 and play custom DLC, because yes, Rocksmith 2014, this new version, does work with custom DLC, and I'll go over that a little bit further ahead in the video. So the first question I keep getting, everybody, is what is the difference between Rocksmith 2014 Remastered and Rocksmith 2014 Remastered Learn and Play? So at a surface level, they are identical. Only difference is that the Learn and Play edition does not have any of the base songs. So this list here of the Rocksmith 2014 base songs, they are no longer in Rocksmith 2014 Remastered. In place of the base tracks is actually the DLC lesson packs. Ubisoft, over the course of the years, did lesson practice packs. So those DLC packs are now in the game in place of the base songs. So this is actually why they're allowed to put it back on the Steam store. Originally, Rocksmith 2014 had, I think it was 60 or I don't know how many songs there was, but each of these songs had to be licensed, right? After 10 or so years, those licenses expire, which means that Ubisoft either had to pay to keep the game sellable on the Steam store or digital storefronts, or they can't sell it anymore. The second question I keep getting from people is, what does it mean if you already own Rocksmith 2014 Remastered on Steam? Nothing changes. If you own Rocksmith 2014 Remastered, you can still download it from your Steam library, and you'll have access to all the original base songs. Nothing changes there for you. It's also worth noting that if you already own Rocksmith 2014 Remastered on Steam, it won't even allow you to buy this. So if you own it already, don't worry. It's not a big deal. You're not in danger of losing your stuff. You can still download and play the game just like you do. You are not impacted whatsoever. This is only for new people downloading the game, buying it from Steam, this new version. So the next question I keep getting a lot of is, what do I need to play Rocksmith 2014, you know, besides the game? So obviously you're going to need the game. You're going to buy Rocksmith 2014 on Steam. You're going to need electric guitar, and then you're going to need a connection method to hook yourself up to the game. So this could be two options, really, or I guess I'll say three options. So this is the official Rocksmith Realtone cable. All Rocksmith cables are the same. If you own a Rocksmith cable, you could use it for Rocksmith 2014 PC edition. All cables are the same. If you're having a hard time finding this one, you know, you could buy it on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description. Or a place you could check is actually like retro game stores, where people could trade games in. A lot of people trade in Rocksmith and they'll trade in the cable. I've seen cables, even in my small city here at the pawn shops and stuff, for like 10 bucks. Also, second, this is a knockoff cable. So keep in mind, everybody, that the Rocksmith cable is not just a 1/4 inch to USB. There's actually a special audio chip in there, which makes it an audio interface. This is the only knockoff cable that I have found to work like plug and play with Rocksmith. I will put a link down to in the description for this one as well. Keep in mind, I've only tested the one with the orange tip. It works exactly like a Realtone cable. This cable actually works on console, PC, Rocksmith Plus, Rocksmith One. I've tested it with everything. It works exactly like the official one. So depending where you live, this cable might be cheaper, might be more expensive. Also, lately, I've seen people say that with this link that I'm going to give you, it might link to other ones on the same page. The only one I've tested so far is the orange one. I will test other ones, but just keep in mind, this cable right here is a secondary option for you. Now, your third option would be an audio interface using the RS ACO mod, which we are going to cover mods a little bit further ahead in this video. The Rocksmith ACO mod, RS ACO, does allow audio interfaces to work with Rocksmith 2014, but you're going to need a little bit of computer know-how to set it up. There are tutorial guides on the internet. I've also been thinking about making my own. You guys want that? You want me to do that? Let me know. But just so you know, it's not as straightforward as using the Rocksmith cable. The interface does take a little bit of tinkering to get it working. It will work once you get it set up, but just so you know, it will take a little bit of work. So yeah, what do you need to play? Rocksmith, a guitar, a connection method. Another question I keep getting a lot is, does this new Rocksmith 2014 Learn and Play edition work with mods? And the answer is yes. Initially, it did seem that there was maybe a bit of a change made to the game, but I don't think it was big enough for our mod guys to not figure it out. So custom songs do work now. If you follow my custom DLC tutorial video, we'll link it here or down there in the description. If you follow that video with this new purchased Rocksmith 2014 Learn and Play Edition, follow the video, you will have custom songs working. On top of that, once you install the custom song mod, RS mods will also work, and then on top of that, the RS ACO mod will also work to get your interfaces going. Any mod that we had originally working with Rocksmith 2014 Remastered is now working with this Rocksmith 2014 Remastered Learn and Play. So custom songs and all that, we have a ton of people in the Discord who bought the new edition, and they are all playing custom songs, and it's great. Everybody's having a good time. This is kind of going to be like the troubleshooting section a little bit. The number one common issue I think we're getting is people with new Intel processors. Rocksmith 2014 does have issues with multi-core Intel processors, it seems like. I think this is characterized by like launching the game and it just stays on a white screen and then it crashes or won't start. Anyways, this is fixed just by installing the custom DLC patch. So like go to my CDLC video, you're going to download the EXE and run that. It's going to install the custom DLC patch. The community also put something in there that fixes this like multi-core issue. So if your Rocksmith is not starting, just install the custom song mod. That might fix it. Another issue people are getting is too many audio devices. This seems to be a common problem as well. If you go to your Windows sound settings and you have more than like 15 audio devices, it seems like Rocksmith doesn't like that. Check your Windows audio settings. If you have a ton of devices in there, like virtual audio cables, and NVIDIA does like sound devices, and like all this stuff in there, just start removing some, and maybe that'll help your game get started as well. Another common problem I've seen people have is that when they launch the game, it says no sound output device detected. One possible fix to this problem is going to your sound output device that you're using, like your headset or your speakers in Windows, and make sure that the sample rate is set to DVD quality or a 48,000 hertz. If it's set to 44,000, you're probably going to get that issue where it says no sound output device detected and the game won't start. We've also seen specific issues with the asus ROG chakram joystick mouse thing. Apparently, if you have that driver conflicts with Rocksmith and they won't start. Another off the top of my head is Elgato. If you use Elgato products, I use a ton of them. I've never had a problem, but some people seem to have issues if they have Elgato capture cards installed. There's some conflicting things there. I have heard about Stream Decks. If you have an Elgato Stream Deck, the driver there might conflict with Rocksmith a little bit. I've also heard reports that if you have an Oculus headset, if that's plugged in, your Rocksmith won't launch. I do have an Oculus 3, I think, and I've never had a problem, but I mean, that's the thing with computer issues. Like, it's different for different people. So hopefully some of these that I've just fired off give you some things to look at if your game's not starting. If you have any more problems, you can always hop in our community Discord, discord.gg/Chainbrain. We do have a Rocksmith channel in there, and it's been a pretty good resource, I think, for people getting set up and playing. Other people in the community might have experience with problems that I necessarily don't have issues with. Also, I gotta say, everybody, with this Rocksmith 2014 re-release, I've seen like a reinvigoration of the community a little bit. More people getting on Custom Forge, getting into customs, people trying to chart their own songs, which is great. You know, more charters means more stuff for all of us to play. My Twitch streams have been popping off a little bit. A lot of you hopping in there, asking questions. Kind of funny that it's now with the re-release of 2014 that the excitement I feel is there after, you know, years of Rocksmith Plus, but I mean, we could talk about that in a different video. Anyways, everybody, if you want more Rocksmith 2014 information, I'm going to link some old videos. I do have the drop pedal. You could use the drop pedal to change your tunings without having to actually do it. I also have the tone video about my custom tones that I use to play along to metal stuff. I also do plan to make a video on the Rocksmith mods suite. And if you want more Rocksmith stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because with the re-release of 2014 and the reinvigoration of the community, I do plan to do a lot more videos like this. And I'm going to continue on my quest of getting everybody, or as many people as possible, playing Rocksmith. All right, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Have yourself an excellent day. Go buy Rocksmith 2014. Go buy Rocksmith 2014.